We have a special guest today. It's 𝗀𝗏𝗃𝗃, and we will talk about how to grow a gaming channel. Ash will share his big experience, and you may actually also learn some things about Ash you haven't known.
What's up, Avalon?
Ash, I'm very proud to have you in this interview.
No, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
You have an awesome Clash of Clans and Clash Royale YouTube channel. The YouTube channel with more than 300,000 subscribers. You interview top-ranked Clash Royale players. You host a live primetime show each Wednesday with cash giveaways, and you're also a live commentator at Clash Royale big events. Wow.
Yeah, I try to keep busy, man.
In a few words, what got you into this whole YouTube thing, and how would you describe your channel?
Well, you pretty much hit the nail on the head. I started about 3.5 or so years ago, just covering Clash of Clans, as you mentioned. I did that for a couple of years, and then Supercell released Clash Royale. Next thing you know, I'm doing mostly Clash Royale content at the time. I developed relationships inside the games and the community, mobile games community, more specifically. And then, yeah, and now here I am, 3 years later.
It's actually funny how most of us switched from Clash of Clans to Clash Royale as soon as it came out.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I still play and love Clash of Clans, but I think that most of my viewers are interested in Clash Royale right now, even though I still do some episodes here and there on Clash of Clans.
Now, to get to the topic that most people watching this video interest, what advice would you give somebody to grow their gaming channel when they're maybe just starting out or are still small? Are there some general advice you would give them on how to approach this?
Yeah, so when you're trying to grow your YouTube channel as a gaming channel specifically, it really matters what strategies you want to use. Really matter how according to how big your channel is. So there's no one size fits all format to how to grow your channel. If you are, say, 1 to 100 subscribers, you're going to want to follow different methods of growth strategy than you are if you're 1,000 to 10,000 subscribers. So it really matters exactly, in my opinion, exactly where you are on the trajectory of growth for your own personal channel. So as far as like one size fits all advice, if you're starting out your YouTube channel, the best thing you can do is be involved in communities outside of YouTube, because just relying on SEO, on search engine optimization for your channel to appear in other videos isn't going to be enough, especially with how YouTube values certain content based on its algorithms right now. It really strongly values content that's already getting views. So if you're entering into the YouTube arena, so to speak, it's definitely a challenge to get those views, to get noticed, to get new subscribers, to get new eyeballs on your video. So that should be your number one goal, is just to build a community, a small, modest community around your YouTube channel. Now, there's a number of different ways you can do that. Just to name a few, you can live stream. That's something that you do a lot, Avalon.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, and you can build regulars, and you can build like friendships in a base. I love checking out your streams, for example, and then I see everybody. I don't want to name one, or that I'll forget to name them all, but like, you have that great community that you have around your channel, and that's a good place to build from. You always want to start and concentrate on your core. So every returning subscriber who says they like your content and enjoys it, make sure you engage with them and keep them, and then try to build on top of that. So engage in other areas, other platforms, such as the forums, in Supercell games, utilizing forums, utilizing Reddit, writing guides for the content that you come out with, and putting that on forums that relate to the game that you're covering. Stuff like that. Those are little tricks to get new eyeballs onto your channel, because that's the only way that you're going to start building a following.
I see that communities are very important, and I think I agree with live streaming. It's really a great thing. It's actually the way I build all of my followers, basically, with live streaming, not with the YouTube. And I think that's a very good advice.
Yeah, how many subscribers do you gain in a typical live, like a 2-hour or 3-hour live stream?
It's different. It changed also a lot. It depends depends a lot on how big you already are. Like I used to get to 10 to 50 subscribers a stream. Recently, it has been way bigger, like 200 in one stream is maybe the average, up to 200 subscribers in one
That's
stream.
a lot. Yeah.
And sometimes it's even more. Like I had one stream getting more than 800 in one stream.
Wow.
So
and that's huge because that's almost 10% of your channel size, which is incredible. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I think that's very good advice for somebody getting into this. Go into live stream because that really helps you build your channel. You also said use a different method depending on the size of your channels.
Basically, so when you're just starting out and you only have like 50 subscribers or something like that, like having a live stream isn't going to help you because no one's going to know about it. You'll be there with one person. Yeah, you'll be there with one person. So you need to find, not everybody has access to money, but you need to find contests or ways to engage the public that people will be interested in. So if you have $100 that you saved up to invest in your channel, make $100 contest, and then that will try, around the game that you have. And that's a good way to invest into your channel. If you want to invest in your channel when you have 1 million subscribers, then maybe you want to spend money on like Facebook ads or something like that, where the cost is greater, but you can also reach up to 100,000 people with a couple $100. So it really depends on your capital available, also on your size. But a good rule of thumb is just creating consistent, high-quality content, and then you're going to get noticed. If you think your content is really high quality, for whatever game you play, you should reach out to the developers of the game and say, because they might not have heard of you, and say, hey, I'm covering your game. I love your game. And here's my channel. You should try to make inroads and connections with as many people as you possibly can, whether it be other influencers or whether it be the actual developer of the game that you're working on.
You touched two very interesting topics there. One of them is giveaways. How important are giveaways? And the other is how important is content? It's basically those two topics. First, maybe the giveaways. You see that a lot in the community. There's many giveaways, especially in Clash Royale, in kind of tournaments and stuff. How important is that to grow the channel?
I don't think it's that important, to be honest with you, because giveaways are good and they build they build good faith in your name, and it's nice to give back. But I look at them more as a philanthropic endeavor versus a channel growth mechanism. I don't think that giveaways, even if you're even creating a giveaway saying, hey, subscribe to my channel to be eligible for this giveaway. Even that isn't necessarily the type of quality subscribers that you're looking for. You're looking for people who want to subscribe to your channel because of your content, not necessarily because it's a prerequisite for a giveaway, So the subscriber, most people realize this, but the number of subscribers you have really is truly meaningless. The only stock I would put in the subscriber amount is just giving you more credentials or clout inside whatever community that you want to have influence in. So if I go to a new game developer, for example, and I say, I want to cover your game, and I have 100,000 subscribers, that will mean more to them than saying, I want to cover your game and I have 500 subscribers. Now, that being said, that's really the only circumstance that subscribers matter. Subscribers don't matter. What really matters is your active subscribers. So those people are the people who are going to watch most of your videos, engage in most of your videos, and watch most of your videos for a longer period of time. And those are all the things that truly matter when it comes down to not only making money off YouTube, but more importantly, in my opinion, actually growing on YouTube. Those things will spur on growth because of how YouTube rewards people with their algorithms based on watch time and engagement rate and those type of things. So, that's kind of a long answer to a simple question, but there's a lot of factors that go into it, but I would highly prioritize content and social media strategy and stuff like that to get your name out versus giveaways. I don't think that giveaways are the smartest way to grow your YouTube channel.
I think that's a very good advice. That's like the sub for sub thing that a lot of people try, and it just doesn't work because all you get is subscribers, but it's basically dead subscribers. They don't really engage with your content, and I think that's not the way to go. Going to the content, you post daily videos, I guess.
Yes.
And that's a lot of work. First of all, how can you keep that schedule of daily videos, and how important is it, you think? And how can you make sure you deliver value with every one of those videos?
Yeah, it's incredibly important to me to create as much content as possible, as long as I maintain the quality that my subscribers are hoping for, you know? And I'm always trying to make small, for me, it's all about small steps. Instead of making incredibly large goals, or I don't even really set goals, but like instead of saying, okay, I'm going to buy a new editing program and I'm going to add this, this, and this, and this, and it's going to be amazing. I think the best way to handle content is to do something that you're comfortable with, use programs and editing, whatever you can, the best you can muster given your time and your ability and your money. Just try to learn a new thing every week, or try to improve on one little thing every week, and eventually it will snowball into something way greater than what you started with. In terms of how I find the time to do this, it's difficult, very, very difficult. This is my passion and this is my hobby, and this has also become a bit of a job too. So, you know, I spend a lot of time, and you have to make sacrifices. So I don't go out nearly as much as I did pre-YouTube. I don't, I'm travel a lot, but it's mostly for YouTube related things. So, you know, it's just, it's one of those things. And if you're passionate about something, you don't mind sacrificing. And that's one of the things that you eventually have to do if you want to become a daily YouTuber. Either that, or you have to find a really good staff to hire to do for you. But it requires a lot of time to make good content.
When you started on YouTube, you probably didn't publish a video every day. Did you notice a difference, a change in growth, because you started doing daily videos later on when you started doing that?
Believe it or not, Avalon, I've posted almost every day of my YouTube career.
From the start, really?
From the start, yeah. I mean, from the very, very start, I might miss a day here and there, but it was at least 6 days a week. So I never, as soon as I started, I just kept going, you know? I put way more time into my videos now. So when I started, it wasn't that big of a time commitment. It would probably take me an hour to put out a video in the very beginning. It was very a very watered down version of what I do now. You know, now where it takes me about 6 hours or so to put out a video, or even longer. So it really differs. I started really simple, so the time commitment wasn't that big, but I could still have the quantity. And basically, I tried to just drive my channel based on my tips and my advice and my personality versus my editing and my content, you know, what you're actually seeing. So there's always a balance there, but.
And then also you improve over time. That's also an experience I made. Like when I watch my very first videos now, they're so bad, but you got to start somewhere. And they improved over time. I learned a lot from others. That's also what you said. The community is very important. You watch other people's videos and you see something there and you see something on another video and you improve constantly. Your videos getting better. I hope mine are getting better too.
They are, Avalon. You're a natural, man.
Thank you. You said it's important to engage the viewers. Do you have strategies when you post a video? How do you approach that to get the viewers engaged into that video? How do you get them started on your videos?
Yeah, so engagement's another thing that doesn't really matter that much in terms of overall algorithms. Likes and dislikes should never really concern you. I think it's kind of now this is a personal decision that a lot of people would disagree with, but I don't even bother asking for people to like my videos. It's just not something that I think it's like everybody does it and it just becomes white noise after a while. So like, oh, just like the video or like and subscribe. So I don't even do that anymore. And furthermore, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make any difference, you know? So YouTube is not concerned with what your like to dislike ratio is, so neither should you be, unless it's because you're doing something wrong. You need to read the feedback that goes along with those dislikes and try to make adjustments. That's very important. But as far as like, okay, this video got 4 dislikes and this one got 10, you know, it's probably not that big of a deal. So I don't worry too much with my like and dislike unless it's indicative of something that's a greater concern that I need to be aware of. However, comments To me, they're important because I like to have a good community that's revolved around my channel. If you look at most YouTube comments nowadays, comment sections, it's just full of either spam, trolls, or negativity. So that is the one I don't want my channel to be like that. So that's the number one reason that I like positive engagement. So in order to spur positive engagement in my channel, I try to do a few things. Number one is I just started something brand new where in the first hour after my videos, I ask people to share, my subscribers to share their best achievement of the day in the game that I'm covering. So if it's Clash Royale, which I'm covering now, people will share, oh, I hit a new trophy record. Oh, I got this out of a chest. Oh, I got this reward or whatnot. And what that does is it's a two-pronged thing. Number one is it makes people feel engaged and a part of the channel. And it also actually drowns out any negativity in the comments, because when you go down to the comment section, it's all people telling about their proudest and happiest moment of the day.
Wow.
So it makes things more positive in a way. And also another strategy you can use if you don't want to do the pinned I didn't even say that, but I pick one of those comments and I pin them each video in the first hour. So it gives people incentive.
I never did that so far.
Yeah, well, it's cool though, because what you can do is you can just read through them, and then somebody gets to be a little celebrity for the day and have a pinned comment, So it gives people a reason, and it helps them to know that you're reading their comments, because you have to actually read them to pick out your favorite. Additionally, one other strategy you can use if you don't want to go that route is, and this is a very basic one, but every video I try to ask my subscribers a question, or my viewers a question in the video. So it can be really simple, and it doesn't have to be a question of the day. It doesn't have to be like a big production. You don't have to be like, okay, guys, question of the day. You can just simply ask a question in the middle of your video. It'd be like, guys, I'm going against this card. I'm going to use Clash Royale as an example, but I'm going against a 𝗙𝗶𝗱𝗶. I hate going against 𝗙𝗶𝗱𝗶. Guys, what's your least favorite card to go against? Let me know. Very simple like that, and it just spurs more engagement. Again, that's on point, and you like people who are commenting on the actual video is good, in my opinion.
I also try to answer all of the comments, actually, if they're at least answer worthy, and usually they are. By the way, when you say that, you should engage the viewers. Let's do that. Dear viewers, if you have any tips, any experiences that you made on how to grow your gaming channel, just share them in the comments. And also, of course, if you have questions, just share them in the comments. I think that's going to give a great discussion, and we may actually learn a lot just from the discussion in the comments. Very good idea,
sure.
Ash.
Good job.
You said you have a daily video, but that takes a lot of time. How can you do that? Is there special strategies that enable you to keep that daily schedule?
There's no real shortcut other than, the one piece of advice I can give is always try to stay ahead of the game. So I already know whenever I wake up in the morning, I know what video I'm going to put out that day. First thing, it's already decided. It's been decided the previous day or even a couple days previous to that. So basically, I'm always trying to work 1 or 2 days ahead of myself. Some people I know work 10 days ahead, so they have videos lined up for like 10 days and they just keep cranking them out. But I like to
tried that.
It's nice when you can do it, but I like my videos to be very time sensitive. So I want to talk about things that are going on right now or very close to. So that's why I only run 1 day ahead. So I already have my video for tomorrow already planned out, and my video for today was planned out yesterday, if that makes sense.
You're very, very on point. Like when Clash Royale brings something new that day, you have your video on that content. And
that's the exception to the rule. If there's something that needs to be out like right now because I feel like it's share worthy immediately, I'll make a video, and have it up in 3 hours, But for the most part, I always work 1 day behind, Sometimes it's more than that, sometimes it's less, but I don't like the stress of feeling like, oh my God, what am I going to put out today? So that's why I do that. I always try to think ahead.
I was 2 weeks ahead, but the problem is once you're ahead, you actually start to relax, and then 2 weeks are so fast, and all of a sudden you're out of videos again.
True. And I noticed that when I pre-record a bunch, for whatever reason, I don't I start second guessing what I recorded earlier in the week. I'm like, I don't really like that video anymore, And I've stopped. I haven't released a few videos because of that reason. Because I've been so ahead that 6 days later, I'm like, I don't know if I really like that video.
And then you have that stock of old videos where you think, yeah, they're not really
Yes,
worthy publishing anymore. And yeah, that
exactly.
happens too. So I'm usually doing the 3 videos of the week. I try to do those 1 week ahead. That's how I try to do it.
When you mix in a live stream in there, it kind of helps out too because that
Yeah.
takes the pressure off that day.
Yeah, and if you're struggling to come up with a daily content, you can just do a longer video and break it up into 2 parts and make one day part 1 and the next day part 2, you know? That way you're kind of killing 2 birds with one stone there. And you don't have to do daily content in order to have a successful YouTube channel. I don't want to give that impression. Certainly, as long as I would say in the gaming world, it's pretty competitive and it's pretty there's a lot of content creators, so it's not like it's a small space. So I would say that you need to, you know, at least twice a week, you need to be putting out a video in order to be sustainable, you know, unless you're going absolutely crazy with how much time you're putting into that one video, if it's only one video a week, you know. But generally speaking, I would say 2 to 3 is what you're going to be aiming for on the minimum side of videos per week.
Let's do a lightning round with 3 questions.
All right, I'm ready.
Who inspired you the most as a YouTuber?
Yeah,
what
so
you do.
like my answer is going to be kind of weird, but it's actually a podcaster that inspired me for YouTube. His name is Dan Carlin, and he has a political podcast as well as a history podcast called Hardcore History and Common Sense. And I'm just a huge fan of his orator skills, I guess, the way he talks and engages with his community. And it's just somebody who I've always looked up to a lot. I think he's a rational, level-headed guy, and you know, that's you know, it's definitely not a YouTuber, but it's a content creator who I've always tried to emulate whenever I possibly can.
Question number 2. What do you enjoy most? YouTube videos, live streams, or live events?
It's weird. It's definitely not live streams. I'm not a big. I don't really love streaming, to be honest with you. It exhausts me. It wears me out because I always feel like I need to be talking constantly. So I'm always like, hey, you know, and it just exhausts me. But
That's how it is.
live streams are. Live events, I should say, are always amazing to do, and you always feel the most satisfied and rewarded once they're over. But they're also the most stressful of the 3 by far going into it, you know, because there's a lot to keep, you know, there's a lot of balls in play, if you will. So it's difficult.
All the tech stuff. And
there's just like, and you know, there's millions of people watching, or the potential, like way bigger audience than I would normally have. And you know, it's just a little bit intimidating at the same time. But once you get going, you're always fine. So like, I would say the most rewarding experience is a live event that I'm casting or helping to host after it's over. But otherwise, YouTube's kind of like a comfort thing. You know, I do it from my own home. It's nice and easy, and you know, I never get stressed out about it. So YouTube is extremely satisfying, but you don't get that rush that you do at a live event.
And you're doing great at live events. I always enjoy watching them.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What is your favorite hobby or skill that people may not know besides YouTubing, Clash Royale?
My favorite hobby that people might not know about. Interesting question. I don't know. I mean, I'm big into fitness, so like that's what I spend a lot of time doing. In the past, I've had like a million different. I'm one of those people who just goes totally in on different interests and hobbies. But like, this is kind of a lame answer, but I'm really into philosophy and just you know, I guess everything from, I don't know, it's hard to put my finger on exactly what I'm trying to articulate here, but basically I'm really a deep individual, so I really get into deep intellectual questions, and so I guess it's not something I'm necessarily good at. I'm good at like basketball. I'm a good basketball
Really?
but yeah, so that's those are just things I enjoy doing.
Great answer there. What are your big goals for 2017? Things that you can already talk about. What are your plans? What are your future plans? Big things that you're planning this year?
I don't really have any goals. I don't set goals. I never have in YouTube.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, my only goal is to just continue growing. You know, it's as simple as that. But I don't have any. I've never been a big goal person, I guess. So just not my style. But as far as big decisions, or this is a big year for me personally, because this is the year that I kind of have to decide if I want to do full-time YouTube or just maintain my full-time job and just continue to struggle to do both work full-time and YouTube full-time. So it's scary leaving a secure job for such an insecure, for such an insecure, job in YouTube. So that's like my big decision of the year, and that will be. Who knows where that's going to go or what's going to happen there.
Oh yeah, that's a big decision, of course, and a difficult decision, and something you really need to think about, because I mean, if you have this, it's a lot of stress, but it's also a lot of security if you still have another job besides YouTube.
Yeah. I feel like YouTube is never secure unless you're insanely big, in terms of subscribers or viewers, I should say.
Thank you so much for this amazing inside interview. That was really amazing.
Thanks so much for having me on, Avalon. I really enjoy your content, and of course your character. You're one of the best in the game, man. So I really
really nice.
Really appreciate you having me on. I really enjoy all of your stuff, and just your enthusiasm and your positivity really does go noticed by all of your fans and viewers, such as myself.
Thank you so much, and I can give back all of those compliments 100% to you and your channel. I mean, it's just great what you do for all of the community and the support you give to many other YouTubers and live streamers as myself. That's really big, and thank you so much. And good luck
Thank you.
with your goals and your awesome channel.
Thanks, Avalon. Appreciate it, man.
Wow, that was amazing. I also learned a lot. Make sure to subscribe to Clash with Ash. The link is in the video description. And for more videos on how to grow your gaming channel, make sure to subscribe to my channel. There will be more. Thanks.